Hey, have you noticed how UFO sightings often occur near military bases and airports? Hmm. What's drawing them to these critical locations? So, today, I'm going to dive into this mystery, exploring viral clips, military footage, and even celebrity sightings. Okay, so there's a growing pattern in UFO sightings. They're happening near like places like military bases and airports. So, why are these locations hotspots for unexplained phenomena? Today, we're going to examine compelling evidence and discuss the possibilities. So, let's look at some viral clips, including like the Navy footage. I don't know if y'all remember that, right? The Navy footage. Y'all remember that? They used to call it like the Tic Tac footage. They got the Manchester Airport orb. Um, Even like celebrities have been posting like J Balvin. I don't know who that was at first, right? But he's like a Spanish um, musician or something like that. He has like 50 million uh, people that watch him or whatever. 50 million followers on Instagram. Um, and then I'll just share some of my own experience with like unexplained objects like during missile testing. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. Um, so the military bases and the airports are like high security zones, with advanced technology. Uh, but UFOs, we're gonna say UFOs because they're unidentified, right? Or spotted there more often than other places. It's just kind of weird. Are they like drawn to like technology, or is there another reason? All right. So, despite the growing number of sightings, many people remain like skeptical. You know, looking at this, and is it a hoax? Is it an advanced drone, or just like signs of something beyond our understanding? So, let's take a look at some of these clips. Okay, let me see if we can get this thing going here. You know, show y'all a few clips. We're gonna show y'all a few clips here. Okay, I think we got it. Maybe not. Let me see here. Oh, here we go. We need some sound.
Air Force bases to close its airspace.
Let's go back.
An alarming drone incident that forced one of the U.S.'s most critical Air Force bases to close its airspace for several hours. This happened at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base over the weekend.
And if y'all have something to say, you can definitely put it in the comments. Like, I want to know what you guys think about this whole thing because obviously, this is definitely something weird. This is definitely different than what I'm used to. Okay. So, this came out just a few hours ago about how they closed the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. I have not listened to this. So, this just came out. So, let's see what she's talking about. Okay. Let's go back to it. Bear with me because this is like, new technology for me. So, just bear with me.
Weekend in Ohio, and just in new air traffic control audio obtained by military news website.
Hold on a second. Let me get this sound a little better. Hold on, guys. Okay. All right. I'm back. I'm back. Let's go into it. Let's get into it, man. All right.
War zone of the moment it happened.
Med Flight 8 Patterson Tower, use extreme caution for heavy UAS movement on the base. Security forces is handling the situation.
This is
And I
today.
gotta take the lights down so that security forces can see.
Ohio, now the latest of several states to report drone concerns as scrutiny over the federal response is building. This morning, lawmakers are demanding government officials do more and explain more.
Oh, let's go back now. Look at this. Look at what they're saying. Reported drone sightings. I think it's more than this, to be honest with you. I really think it's more than this because I think these are like heavy populated areas. When I think of this area, I think of like heavy populated areas. So the fact that we are getting sightings in New York, Pennsylvania, Connecticut, it's just weird, man. It's crazy. So I think there's more, but like when you go down south into the Midwest, people aren't as outside as much as they are, up in the northeastern area. You got the coast, you got beautiful skylines. So people are always looking into the air and looking for buildings and stuff like that. So I think that's why you have more sightings up north. It's because people have more access to like outside. When you get down here in the south, we're not outside as much. Like we go outside, but we're not going to be looking at buildings and stuff like that. So I think people look up a little bit more up in the Northeast. I found myself when I was in New York, just looking at buildings for no reason. Like I normally wouldn't do that. So I think that's why they're getting a lot more sightings than we do down here in South. I'm in Georgia.
This building. This morning, lawmakers are demanding government officials do more and explain more after weeks of suspicious sightings.
I've had briefings, as I've said, that makes me feel confident based on those briefings that there's not an imminent threat to public safety, but it doesn't answer the question, where are all these drones coming from that people are seeing, and why aren't we doing a better job of tracking them and understanding that? It can't be the Wild West of drones out there in Jersey or anywhere else. We got to get to the bottom of this, and people deserve answers.
And ahead, we'll speak to more lawmakers.
Yeah, it definitely can't be wild because I already know people are thinking about shooting those drones down. We don't really know what they are yet, or at least we don't think we know what they are. I mean, everybody got their opinion of what it is. So, yeah, we'll just keep going.
Who are concerned, CNN Sunlen Sarfati is in Washington. Sunlen, what more is the administration planning to do? There are a lot of concerns that have turned to frustration and anger, frankly.
That's absolutely right, Sarah. Concern is growing and pressure certainly is increasing on the administration to be more transparent and clear in how they're handling this and distribute the information that they know. This incident at the Air Force Base over the weekend at Wright-Patterson, right outside Dayton, Ohio, really increasing the alarm. The fact that that airspace was closed for 4 hours. This is, as you noted, a very critical airspace. Air Force Center hosts the Air Force Research Lab, the National Air and Space Intelligence Center. So certainly concerning that a drone would be flying in that airspace overhead. And it comes as these drone sightings are only increasing, now extending beyond New York and New Jersey, but other places, especially in the Northeast. So that only increasing the alarm here. And we have seen a recalibration of sorts from the administration over the weekend, really leaning into this message that they are on it, despite, as you noted, some frustration from lawmakers demanding more answers. But we heard from the Secretary of Homeland Security over the weekend saying that he is not aware of any direct national security concerns and trying again to tell the public that the administration is on it. Here's what the Secretary had to say.
It's really weird that, like, you see those drones that they're showing, right? They have lights on them. So the question would be, most people are asking, like, are they transforming? Because every drone that was before that, they didn't have lights. So they would have lights, but it would be different type of lights. So let's see what they talking about, man.
There's no question that people are seeing drones, and I want to assure the American public that we in the federal government have deployed additional resources, personnel, technology to assist the New Jersey State Police in addressing the drone sightings.
So the administration.
So if you've seen a drone or you've seen an orb, put your comments in the post. Tell me about what happened. What was it that happened? Maybe you can come up here and tell me. Matter of fact, I'll put the link up for the chat, once you start, commenting, let me know if you've seen something or if you want to come on and let me know what you've seen. So,
And they're really trying to express that they're increasing some resources to take care of this issue and learn more about this issue. Meantime, Republican Mike Waltz of Florida, President-elect Donald Trump's incoming national security advisor, really taking issue with where exactly these drone sightings are happening, specifically over military sites and restricted airspaces. Here's what he had to say.
oh man.
I think what the drone issue points out are kind of gaps in our agencies, gaps in our authorities between the Department of Homeland Security, local law enforcement, the Defense Department. It's pointing to gaps in our capabilities and our ability to clamp down on what's going on here. And we need to get to the bottom of it. And I think the Biden administration is working to do that.
Okay. So a little quick 3-minute clip. See, the issue is that for the last 2.5 years, America has had unfettered access to the internet. And we all know, everyone is thinking, oh my God, if there's drones up ahead and somebody attacks some type of weapon to the drones, that these drones can do the exact same thing that Ukraine is doing to Russia and other countries that are warring. So people are up in an uproar. Drones is not what they want to hear that is going on. So you'll see viral videos of people talking about, the drones are spraying stuff and they're shooting stuff in the air. So this is definitely something that has put people in a panic. So yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. And if you have an experience with drones or orbs, let me know what your experience is, because I know I've seen a lot of videos, videos that I don't care to see or care to put on the internet. But it is something that we have access to. So we are definitely a little uneasy about drones being in the US. I mean, we know we have drones. We know everyone has access to it. I've had drones. Matter of fact, I've had drones and pictures that I used to take near a military base. But I've never really looked up to figure out whether it's a drone or a orb or something different like that. So it's just something it's really weird. UFO sightings aren't particularly limited to the military bases. But I know for sure when you get around military bases, they do seem to appear a lot more often than normal. So, they even have airports that are seeing a lot of this activity. So we're getting people kind of upset about it because they want to know exactly what this stuff is. You can't fly no drone over my house and think that everything's gonna be a-okay and I'm gonna be okay with that. I'm not gonna be okay with that, not at all. I don't know. What do you think about it? If you had a drone flying over your house, what would you think? Would you think that's a great thing, or would you be scared out of your pants like I pretty much would be? Oh, I hope they ain't coming to get me. I hope they ain't coming to get me. So, So let me show y'all a little something, right? This right here, this was on Twitter, and this happened maybe about 3-4 months ago. No, I'm sorry. 25th of November. My apologies. This just happened in Manchester, UK at the airport. There was a drone that kind of was hovering above the airport at the Manchester airport. All of a sudden it dropped to the ground. So the issue with these orbs and these drones is that they're moving fast, right? You can't really track them with a regular phone. Just trying to track them with a regular phone is going to be almost impossible because they move at the speed of light. They move fast. They were here and then they're gone. So this orb supposedly was it looked like maybe about 200 feet in the air, and then it dropped down onto the tarmac. So this pilot he was videotaping it, but somebody took the still shots from it. So these are the still shots from it. So that was when it was up above. So it did that, right? So, people were like, what is going on? Why is this? They got these drones that are just flying around here. Okay. Disturbing people. People trying to figure out what is going on. There we go. My bad, y'all. I'm trying to work through this thing. This is a new system I got. So, but they're trying to figure out exactly what's going on. They don't know what's going on. So, people are a little unnerved about it. So, let's see here. I want to make sure that we are able to. Right? Hold on. I'm gonna show you. Hold on. I think it's right here. Give me a second. I'm a little slow, y'all. I'm a little slow. Okay, here we go. All right. Let's see here. So this is the video. Yeah, I'm a little slow, y'all. Sorry. Check this out. Boom, right there. Okay. All right. Now, when I first seen this, there was a raindrop that comes down. I was like, "What was that?" It was just a raindrop. What I want you to do is center your eyes like in that area, and you'll see the orb just kind of levitate right there. Okay. So, as you can see, this was posted from a Captain Bigelow. He had to delete his page because for some reason they was probably harassing him. Like when you start dealing with UFOs and dealing with different people, you might get some harassment from people. So, he's a professional. He's, obviously this video is taken from the cockpit. He's obviously going to see a lot of stuff going on and pay attention to what's going on. So he saw that orb, and yeah. So I'm gonna go through these couple of pictures to show that he's in the cockpit, and then he shows y'all the orb that dropped down there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's right here. Okay. He said it dropped down. It looked like it's still levitating. So crazy, man. Crazy. Remember, this happened like November 25th. Yeah, there we go. So that was that video. So I kept digging deeper to see what I could find on these UFOs to see, just to try to make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. You got to show me some video and some proof. And it's hard to tell because I know AI. You can get some AI things. I'm going to show you some AI things later on. And she'll be like, oh, wow. Oh, okay. I didn't know you could do that. So you got to really be vigilant these days because what people think is that they're going to do some false flag operation. There's a lot of conspiracy theories and stuff, and it doesn't seem so far-fetched now that we're in the middle of this thing here. So you got to keep your eyes open. You got to think about what's going on. sighting at the Manchester airport like sparked a lot of debate, right? People criticized the video because the orb wasn't followed, but it's harder than it sounds, right? These objects, they move quickly for cameras to track, even with advanced equipment. Um, I've seen similar objects at White Sands Missile Range. I've talked to people about this, and I'm not no UFO guy, but I've seen it firsthand. And they're like drones, and they're like little orbs. It's kind of hard to explain what they are. Everybody who's seen them, they're like orbs. Even some of my back when I was in the military, we would joke and make jokes because it seemed like every time we were getting ready to launch Patriot missile systems, the orbs would appear. We would joke about it because we couldn't spot them on the radar. And then you go outside and you'll see something levitating, and it looked like almost like a keg is what it looks like. It looks like a keg floating. And so it's hard to explain. I couldn't imagine trying to explain that to anybody. I'm glad that these videos are coming out because I've seen the little orbs before. The drones we never seen before. The drones is new. It's definitely new. Never seen a drone because I would have heard it. There was really no sound when you see the orbs. That's been my experience. I worked at White Sands Missile Range. Let me show y'all where it's at, right? I worked at White Sands Missile Range, right? Right here, right? Right here. And we used to set up Patriot missile batteries here. We used to go set up. And I knew every time that we went to White Sands, now we remind you, this was back in 2004, 2005. But when we went out there, I knew that we probably see an orb or two. I just call them UFOs, but they look like little orbs when they're levitating. And so we would go out to White Sands Missile Range. As you can see, it's real close to El Paso. Okay. And we used to go out there. We used to go to Las Cruces, New Mexico, hang out. Juarez is down here. My bad. Fort Bliss is right here. And we used to go up to White Sands. You can see Fort Bliss here. Right on the edge of Juarez. But, sometimes we go out to the field. We have to go to White Sands Missile Range. And, yeah, they would appear. I promise you they would appear. But it's always around. It seemed like they would appear mostly when there's around rockets, missiles, stuff like that. And Patriot battery is definitely a huge missile that takes off. But like I said, I've never seen, you can't track them through radar. It's just, you can't. I know for a fact you can't track them through radar. But, I assume that they just hang around, or something about technology brings them around, because when we fired up the Patriot missiles, you would notice that they would come around a little bit more often than not. I know y'all might think I'm kind of crazy, but I mean, we just took it as that's kind of what happened, because there's nothing you can do about it. If you shoot them, it's not going to work. I don't think it's going to work. Just from the way it looks, it doesn't look like it would. It doesn't look like a bullet will hit it. So you guys trying to shoot it, I don't know if that's a great idea or not. I wouldn't. If I was you, I would not try to shoot something like that. So just common sense. I mean, you don't know what it is. You don't want to be aggressive towards it. So just a little common sense for you guys. Maybe this is for somebody who's watching. I don't know. Nobody's probably going to watch this. So, but we used to go out to White Sands Missile Range, right? And yeah. So used to be a little crazy, man. I used to love going out there because I knew I'd see one. I've seen maybe about 3 or 4 of them during that time. So it's incredible. I'm telling you, it's amazing. But what makes the UFOs so mysterious, right? How do you prove what you've seen when it's too fast to fully capture? Because I already know what's going on. I know it's too fast to capture. I used to have a flip phone. This was back in 2004, 2005, and I used to try to capture Man, there was no way I knew, you know, just trying to even use the camera on the flip phone. If you guys remember what that was like, there was no way you were going to capture it. And you might have a chance nowadays with some of the technology we have. But it appears that if they don't want to be seen, they're out of there. And I do know that they'll be there at one point and you might turn and they'll take off. So, man, this is crazy. It's weird that just seeing this now. So I'm just really, really, really impressed that people are able to see it now with some of the cameras and stuff that we got. So let's move on from airports to like viral videos, like by people, like ordinary people. That's what I want to see, right? Let's see if we can find this lady. I'm not as sure. Phoenix. This lady's in Phoenix, okay? Let me show y'all this, right? Excuse me. This lady is in Phoenix, right? Normally, I wouldn't pay no attention to it. But this is what got me. You're listening to it. And I know usually kids don't lie. So pay particularly attention to what the kid says. That's what makes me focus in on, right? Hold on. Let's go back. Listen to the kid.
There's a red light and then there's a big bright light.
They're absorbing around it. I know, Ella.
Bro, I'm telling you, that shit.
Did you hear the kid say where? The one that's on the bottom or something like that, right?
There was a shit ton of fucking lights right now lit up.
Oh, I apologize about the cuss words, guys. I do
It's
apologize.
just fucking hovering there.
The white thing on the top? The white dog?
There's no fucking way, bro.
I'm not scared, but that's crazy though.
It's just there.
I'm not scared of it. That's pretty though. Bro, I can definitely relate to that. It's like you see them and they look kind of pretty. So it's just real interesting.
There, bro.
What is it, Daddy?
I apologize about the cussing
It's
again.
getting brighter.
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy, man.
I don't see it though.
You guys don't see what I see on my camera because it's so zoomed.
Bro, you still on the phone? Oh shit, they came back. Look at, bro, they're coming back. The lights are coming back.
There's three.
It's like scary. It's scary and it's like different. Like you're like, what is that? Because you'll see the movement in them and you know that that's not something physically that's possible. So that's why you can hear the kid in the background like, oh, like I'm scared. Like that's not normal. I've never seen anything move like that, you know. So that's probably why. With the camera, you're not going to be able to see the depth and stuff like that. So, you know, it's probably a different scenario when you're in person. So
The three aliens.
In front of me, bro, right in front of us. Look. Oh, the other light's turning on.
it's crazy.
Oh no.
It's
Oh, the
crazy.
other lights. What the fuck, bro?
I apologize about the person. Yeah, I don't really like hearing all that because I don't like doing it. So
Oh, it's okay.
It's gone. No, it's still there. It's still there.
It's hiding in the clouds. I'm
It is in
zooming
the clouds.
in.
That's what my brother said. In the clouds. In the clouds.
Yes, I'm zooming in, babe. I can see the saucers in my
I
zoom.
know I can see it.
You can see it, Zaid,
I
huh?
can barely
so
see
you're
it.
saying there's multiple saucers.
That's cool.
Bro. Oh no, look to your left. Look to your left. There's another one to the left. Over here in the fucking trees. What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? There's one fucking there, bro.
So it appears that they hang out with each other.
Baby, don't move. I'm outside the truck. Don't move. There's a shit ton. Oh my god.
It's behind the houses now. You see them, bro? You see them? Over there, bro.
My heart's pounding.
Bro, I'm fucking crying right now, bro.
Don't move, please.
Yo. Bro.
Okay. So yeah, I remember that. I remember seeing them for the first time and saying, "What is that?" And then once I seen that it wasn't really trying to harm me, or because the first thing I thought of was alien probing. I'm gonna just be honest. I mean, yeah, you don't know what it does. I mean, it's just like walking up on a snake. Like, why would I walk up on a snake or an alligator? I know if you get close to an alligator that they can eat you, right? So you're not gonna get close to them, right? So that's what it was about. It was like, okay, is this thing gonna move fast up on me and maybe hit me or something like that? So it's beautiful but scary at the same time. It's probably the best way to explain it when you're up on it, because you see it moving and you say, "Oh my God, that thing could be in my face in a second." And so you might panic a little bit. So I can definitely understand how that would feel. So let's get rid of that video. So that was a couple of days ago. That video, that was crazy. That was a couple of days ago. So let's go to. I want y'all to remember these tic tac is what they call them, tic tacs video that they released way back when, right? I want y'all to see this, right? I want y'all to see this. Boom. The tic tac. Okay. Yeah, remember that? That was 4 years ago.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA.
My
gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. Look at that thing, dude.
So they were just pacing him. Is what they were doing. They were pacing him to see how fast his plane is going.
That's not our LNS, though, is it? It's not. That is the LNS, dude. Well, if there's look at that thing. It's rotating.
He's talking about how it's rotating. Did you see how fast it went? Did you see how fast that thing went across there?
Check over this one thing.
You couldn't even keep up with that thing.
Roger. There's troubleshooting as soon as I get. Did you talk moving target? No, I took an auto track. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, dude. Wow. Look at the fly.
That thing moving fast, man. Yeah, I remember that, right? Yeah. It's crazy, man. That's crazy, bro. It's crazy, man. I don't know, man. We might, some people have. It's really weird, right? Because if you go on the internet, people talk about it. There's a few people with tinfoil hats, and they talk about, like, they try to push revelations into it, like this coming of the Christ, second coming, and then they'll put in that there's going to be a harvest and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of people, making comments about there's going to be a harvest, which I thought, I'm not sure, what is a harvest? What are they talking about? So I don't know. It's just weird stuff. I'm gonna keep my eyes on this and bring it to y'all as I see it. But now let's go to a clip. This was weird. This one was different. I think this one might have been a hoax, but I'm not sure. There was an artist by the name of J Balvin. He's like a Spanish artist or something like that. I didn't know who he was, but he had like 54 million followers. It's kind of weird because he did. There's something about some type of play or masterpiece or something. And so anytime you see anything about UFOs and they talking about it's like Wisen and Handle, then they're talking about something about extraterrestrials because he did a song or some type of performance with some other artists. So, but I'm gonna show it to you, but just because the footage was too good. The footage was too good. I don't remember. I've seen a lot of them at the base, and I don't remember them looking like this. So I think this is a fake. I do think this is a fake. So let me pull that up. This is a weird one. It has some weird features though. It has a lot of the features that I think they would have, but I think this one is a fake. I'm not sure though. Okay, so let me see. Oh, I can't rewind with what's saying. So here it is right here. As you can see, it's up there. This is him, J Balvin, right? He got somebody else happen to hold the camera and then it shot off. I don't know if you saw it, but it's hovering right here. Hovering, hovering, hovering. It turns a little bit, turns towards them, and then turn back another way. Now, to me, if I seen a UFO, I never would have pulled the camera off. But for some reason, this cameraman decides to pull it off and take it over to J Balvin. I probably would have kept it up there for at least a couple of minutes. Let me let y'all listen to the audio so y'all hear what they say. He turned to J Balvin, which made it seem weird. He went back up there to look at it, and you can see it take off. Could be CGI. I'm not sure. I'm not a CGI expert, so I can't tell you whether this is CGI or not. Wow. It's definitely different.
Perro, la primera vez que veo una cosa de esas. ¿Qué se hizo? ¿Qué se hizo?
No, eso no es nueva Tesla. Espera. Si me que me crean que yo estoy aquí.
Perro.
Ahí. Ya está chimbada, se dejó venir. Ya. No muy de buenas palabras.
So he did edit this video. He did edit the video once it came out, but I don't know exactly, but it's edited, so I don't know what he said at the beginning. Okay, but basically that translation comes out to, let me see. Where is that translation? Let me go to my notes. Let me see here. He said, I have no way to explain what the heck this is, but I've always believed there's life on other planets. This thing was not a plane or anything I've ever seen before. That's what he said. That was this translation here. That's what that translation. I don't speak Spanish, so that's what that translation says. So I thought that was really, really interesting. But see, the thing is that he has some type of, with artists, you don't know because you don't know what their hidden agenda is. They're very money motivated, obviously. If I'm an artist, I'm going to put something out like this because I'm doing a song called Extraterrestrial. So I need you to pan back to me and pan back up to the UFO and go. But, notice the speed, like the lack of like propulsion. There's nothing like in the instant acceleration. Is this stuff that we have far beyond what we know. But it's, and the fact that these sightings happen near military bases, really, really raises like even more questions for us. So it's interesting, man. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So I'm gonna show y'all one more clip, man. Just something, Let me see. This one happened a few days ago. No, this happened last night, right? Now that it's out and people are seeing drones, you're gonna get a lot of people out there that's going to do their own videos, trying to find ways to do their own videos and stuff like that, right? But this one was done like in LA, and it shows like mysterious lights behaving in unexplainable ways, right? So let's take a look at that, man, and see what that's about. So we're gonna get rid of that J Balvin, and then I'm gonna show y'all this last clip, and then I'm out of here. But like, it's just something that just make me think, man. It just got me thinking here. So let's go with the first one. Hold on a second. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can do something here. Hold on, give me a second. No, we're just gonna go like it is. So check this out, right? So she's just chilling. 5 a.m. December 2nd, 2024, near LAX. Looking west over the ocean. Everybody is saying that they're seeing like lights and stuff from the ocean. So like she's like looking straight over the ocean, right? She said there were 4 of them, but this was like the biggest or the closest. And there were planes flying by, so I know it wasn't a plane. Like you can't see this stuff with your regular phone, but you should be able to see it with like you should be able to see it, with your regular eyes. You'll be able to see it, be able to get a little bit more depth to it. So there's no sound to this. So we're just gonna watch. But this is what I kind of saw. It's sort of like an orb. It has a orb shine to it. It's kind of weird when you see it in person. I don't know. Y'all probably think I'm kind of crazy because I've seen them in person, but I have seen, only place I've seen them is where I told you was at White Sands Missile Range. I haven't seen them anywhere else, but I think that's because at White Sands it's a little different. It's surrounded by mountains. So with you being outside, and we used to be at a Patriot Battery. When you go outside, when you're surrounded by mountains, the eyes tend to focus more so on the mountain. I know that for a fact. It's just when you go out there, I've been to Utah that's been surrounded by mountains. And whenever you step outside, the first thing you see are the mountains. And so your eyes fixate on that a little bit more so you can see like the whole horizon. So you'll be able to see a lot more when you go around like mountains. That's why people have noticed the sightings around mountains, is because if you don't live in a mountainous area, you might not notice it because you have no reason to look in the sky unless you hear a plane or something. So I think people need to kind of think about that, because it's probably more sightings. There'll probably be more sightings if it's around mountains, but around other stuff you won't hear it as much. So here's another orb, she says. See, and if you're not really paying attention, that could probably look like a moon. You probably think it's a moon. You probably like, oh, that's a moon. And you just kind of look at it. I've seen that happen too. Sometimes I guess people are making contact with these things. Oh my God, I sound like a tin hat guy. I do. So I'm not gonna bore y'all with that, but like, she tried to come out, and she went back in, and it's not. So right here, she's saying that these are the dots that were moving, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is December 2nd. Then she came back out there December 15th. Now, don't worry about that, right? That, she's saying that is something, that's something, that's something,
it's going straight up to it. Now it's like, heck no.
I think it's this and that. I don't think that's it. So just interesting stuff, man. Just real interesting stuff. So what's striking is like how many of these sightings really occur like near military bases and airports. And I just want to know, like, are they monitoring our like most advanced technology, or is something else drawing them here? So what do you think? Like, are these sightings like evidence of UFOs, advanced technology, or clever hoaxes? Let's discuss, right? I want you to tell me some of your personal stories. Just put them in the comment section. Just say me too. That's all you need to say. If you watch this video up until like 47 minutes, maybe you've experienced something. I want you to just put me too in the comment section so I know that I'm not the only one that's seen these. I've told my family about these, since I was in the military. Even when I came home, I was like, man, I think I seen a UFO. That was weird because I know nothing could probably penetrate that. If you tried to shoot that, that would be crazy. There's no way I would shoot that because I don't know what it would do. You're not finna alien probe me because I shot at you. So, but if you served in like the military and you've seen something you can't explain, I love to hear your story. I promise this is a safe space to share. I'm sharing y'all my personal stories that I had. Like during my time at like White Sands Missile Range, like I saw orb-like objects like during missile tests usually, right? It usually be like during the missile tests, I would see those type of orbs. You won't probably see them through radar unless you have like a video radar. But if you have like a sonic radar, one that doesn't like take video, you probably won't be able to see it. It won't appear. So it has to be like video. These moments stick with you. They stick with you. So from military footage to like airport sightings and viral clips, and one thing is clear. These objects are seen in like highly sensitive locations, and they challenge what we know about the skies because you can't touch them. You gotta stay vigilant. You gotta stay vigilant. So, what's your take on the clips that we saw today? I know, I understand nobody's gonna want to come in and watch this, right? I understand. It's kind of weird. But are these UFOs monitoring us? Or is there another explanation? Let me know in the comments. And if this topic fascinates you, okay, leave a comment so I know that that's what you want to hear about. If not, I'm gonna stop posting. Well, I'm not gonna stop posting. I'm gonna stop posting about UFOs if it's not something that you want to hear about. So, if you want to hear about it, like it, subscribe, share, whatever the heck they want you to do on this platform. Who knows? They're all the same. So, but thank you for listening. I appreciate y'all. And y'all have a good day. I'll probably come back in tomorrow. We'll probably talk about something else tomorrow because this is UFOs is kind of a weird subject. So anyway, hey, y'all have a good night. Don't let this stuff bother you. It's okay. It's going to be all right. It's going to be all right. So just keep rocking. Okay. Keep doing what you're doing. But I did want to give y'all some information about what's going on. So I'll see y'all later.